The economic freedom fighters want an independent body to monitor the Gauteng Jobs Initiative. The provincial government's Nasi Ispani program is on a drive to fill around 18,000 vacancies. We're joined by the EFF Gauteng spokesperson, Dumisani Baleni, for more on the story. Dumisani, good evening. Thanks for your time. An independent body to monitor this jobs initiative. Why?
Good evening, Mrs. Keith, and also to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. So basically, one, we need to clarify these things. One, we have no issue with the jobs themselves per se, because we have always said that there must be a filling up of the vacancies that exist in the government departments. Two, the issue, there's a suspicion with regards to timing, because now we're heading towards elections. We now see a lot of jobs being advertised, even outside just the filling up of these vacancies, the EPWPs and all that. Two, three, they're taking advantage and preying on the desperation of our people, especially young people. We would understand that in Gauteng, over 2.3 million young people are without jobs, and it's very unethical for an organization or for a government to prey on that desperation. So the most important point here is that when these jobs were advertised, we thought it is an innocent and a genuine call from the government. But we were surprised to see these jobs and these opportunities being advertised through ANC platforms. We saw Panyaz Al-Sufi releasing ANC posters, and we've seen MEC's head of departments being deployed through ANC structures using ANC posters, and to create an impression that this opportunity or these jobs are now ANC jobs. They're not the government jobs. And we have found that very problematic, and we've sent our people to go and monitor the process in the application process. But we feel it will still not be justified if we allow and trust that the ANC government, so desperate going towards elections next year, will do the right thing. We are very suspicious. We suspect that they will actually hire their own people. They have history of doing that, and they will empower their ground forces, and they are using these job opportunities that are much needed in society as a campaign process. That's our concern as the EFF. So we believe an independent board or an independent body will assist us, that body should be able to put the public in confidence that the processes are free and fair.
Let's talk about the allegation that these jobs are being presented as party programs. Are you now talking about the unofficial advertising? Because I went online just to take a look at the official advertising. It very much is advertised as Gauteng government initiative out of the Premier's office. So where have you seen this advertising that you talk about that links the jobs to the ANC and not to government?
Yeah, well, we see the official advertising from the ANC channels. The Premier Panyaza, as much as is the chairperson of the ANC, as much as is the Premier and the head of governance in Gauteng, is also the chairperson of the ANC. But we know that when jobs are issued, we expect that there shouldn't be any confusion as to where they're coming from. So from Panyaza, if you go through his official accounts to see, and the ANC Gauteng and the MEC official accounts, you see them advertising the jobs or calling people to come and apply through or using ANC posters and ANC advertisement processes. And that is where the problem is. It creates a confusion. It blurs the line between party function and government function.
This independent body that you're calling to have set up, what do you have in mind for that? And I'm assuming that, these jobs are speaking to sort of different entities within government as well. Would it not be difficult to try and coordinate some of those recruitment processes?
No, it wouldn't be difficult. First of all, there is already existing structures, legislative structures like OCOL and other oversight structures that are meant to monitor the work that is done through the Office of the Premier and the offices of public representatives. First, those structures need to be exhausted and they need to be focused into the processing of these jobs, the HR of these jobs. Secondly, we feel that there should be a public, not a public, an independent body that is separate from government that can be able to come out and come back and give the public, give the people of Gauteng confidence that indeed the process of hiring these people was free and fair. And we don't think that would be a difficult thing to do. We were also there when they were taking applications, and there were many different bodies that were there. There was oversight when the process was happening. There was no confusion about it. There shouldn't be any confusion with monitoring the actual hiring process, the shortlisting process.
And Dumisani, you're speaking exactly to my point around what this independent body needs to look like, because you don't want a situation where the proposal that you're making as the EFF is taken on, but in the end, you don't actually feel that this body is independent, at least not in the way that you envisioned it.
Well, it would be a process of the legislative bodies of government, and we would also participate in those processes. So if a body would come out and we are not satisfied, we'll still point it out. But inside the legislature, we will table a motion, and we think that an independent body of professionals, of people that are able to put us in confidence. Already we have structures that are able to put the public in confidence as to the processes of government, the finances, and everything like that. When we have projects that are happening in government, we have also structures even in municipalities. We have your SCOPA, we have your MPEG that are able to, exercise oversight. So we do have structures that exist already that are able to do that. An independent one should not find it difficult to exercise oversight and make sure that
so then why not use the existing structures, Dumisani, especially because there is a cost element to consider. Once you talk about an independent body, then budget must be found, money must come from somewhere to ensure that those people who are rendering that service would also be paid.
Well, I don't think that would be a problem in terms of paying people that are making sure that there shouldn't be, irregularities. There shouldn't be breaking of the law. There shouldn't be nepotism. It wouldn't be a problem paying those people. We are not saying let's do away with the currently existing structures. As much as they are existing, we know what happens in those structures. Sometimes majoritarian is used to suppress views or to move processes and speed up processes without doing due diligence. So an independent structure is needed. That's what we feel as the EFF. And as to how it should be constituted, as to who must be in there, it can be determined through the legislative processes. It is just an ad hoc committee that is not supposed to serve for more than 3 months. I don't think the shortlisting process is going to take more than 3 months or 2 months, to be honest. So there shouldn't be a problem with paying people that are supposed to make sure that things are happening, are done in the right way.
I think the point I'm making is that if there are already platforms through which this accountability can take place, then that should be happening, rather than having to pay people for work that could be done within the existing budget. But Dumisani, I'll leave it there with you for tonight. He's the Gauteng EFF spokesperson. You're hearing the concerns they've raised and the call they're making around this issue of jobs.